Welcome to the channel Street Dog Worldwide. I am your host, Stephen Stewart, also known as the original Street Dog. This section is titled Howlin with the Big Dog, featuring my pops, Elijah Stewart. Go. All right, welcome to another session with Barking with the Big Dog. It is me, Stephen Stewart, the original Street Dog, and I'm here with the Big Dog himself, Mr. Elijah Stewart. How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. Been under the weather a little bit, but back up biting again. So chewing on some bones. So I'm doing pretty good, pretty good.
All right. Well, as you know, the WNBA Finals is underway with the New York Liberty against the Minnesota Lynx. It is tied one apiece, but to be honest, I feel the Liberty should be up 2-0. But anyway, that's something that you're going to talk about. Leading scores for game one, we got Breanna Stewart with 28 points, while Nafisa Collier had 23. Game two, Kayla McBride for the Lynx had 27, with Jonquel Jones scoring 25. Jonquel Jones have been dominating in the paint as far as
Yeah,
rebounding, averaging 13 and a half per game. She's been dominant. And it seems to be that New York really has a complete team with Ionska having 7 assists, and then they're shooting, averaging between like 46% from the field, and free throw percentages is doing pretty good, but they should be up 2-0 if Breanna Stewart didn't miss that free throw. What you think?
well, actually, you talking about the first game or the second game?
The first game.
Well, see, the thing of it is, it shouldn't have came to her missing the free throw to win the game, because they was up like 16 or 17 points during the game.
They made a run.
So, yeah, you can't say, well, she missed that. No, they shouldn't have never got to that, because they was up all those points and squandered it away. So you can't put it on more or less on her as a whole for them losing that game.
But as a team, they should have still been up 2-0.
As a team, they should have won that game easily, as far far out ahead as they were.
Right.
Yeah. But as far as the Lady Boston, man, they ain't nobody on the Lynx got enough bricks in their pocket to handle her down low. She's too big, too strong. Jones. No, Boston. No, Miss Jones. Miss Jones.
Yeah. Boston plays for
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. You know,
but she is too big and too strong down in the box. I thought maybe Collier could handle it, but Collier don't weigh enough. And you could see where she was moving her out. You know, she get down there about 8 to 10 feet away from the basket, and she take 2 dribbles. She run under the basket. She done pushed them all the way under the basket. Yeah. They don't have enough bricks in their pocket.
Yeah, New York seems to be a complete team because Jones is just commanding the middle.
Oh yeah, and if they play through her, the next 2 games is a wash. But if they don't, and Stewie and this other young lady start shooting them threes and acting up, they're gonna end up just like the first game.
So you say that they should be feeding Jones in the middle?
I think they should play off of her. Put the ball into the middle to her and let her bring it back out, instead of bringing the ball down and out on the perimeter shooting all these threes. That's all I'm saying. Bring the ball down, feed it into the post, let the post push it back out. That way, somebody should be open. If they bring it down, feed the post, and if she don't have a shot, feed it back out. And Stewie and what's the name?
Ionska.
Yeah, well, the guard that
but they got a couple of other players too. They just got a complete team. Yeah,
they got this girl that's 6'3", can shoot threes too. I can't think of her name. That's Ioka, ain't it? The 6'3" girl.
No, Ionska's the point guard who leads them in assists too.
No, that's Ioka's not her name. Ioka is the tall girl. I can't think of her name, but They got this young, I think this girl is a rookie. I'm talking about that shoots good, she's a good 3-point shooter. And if they, like I said, if they come down, feed the post, let the post bring it back out, somebody's got to be open. And there go the,
Gotta be.
the intermediate shots or a 3-pointer. But if they bring in the ball, that's how they lost the lead in the first game. Bringing the ball down, popping threes, shooting threes, and wasn't feeding the post. But it's gonna be a tough one because they're going to Minnesota, so it's gonna be tough.
Right, these next couple of games. What
Yeah.
do you think Minnesota needs to do? They need to start off fast, that's for sure.
Minnesota needs they have a tendency not to take care of the ball at times too, and they need to take care of the ball, and they don't really have a post player like New York do. Because New York can play two people in the post. They can play Stewie and what's the name in the post. But now only somebody they can really play in the post that can score is Collier, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's going to be a tough. I don't think whoever wins this they're going to have to play. It's not going to be easy for them, you know.
They play in Minnesota tomorrow, which
Yep.
will be Wednesday. So who you got and what's the major factor?
I'm gonna go with Minnesota just because they're in Minnesota. And I think the major factor is that Collier has going to have to get off, and McBride is going to have to get off. And if they get off in the first quarter, they have a good chance to win. But if they don't, because for Stewie and that guard for New York, I don't have no qualms about them because they're gonna get there.
Yeah. And it looked like Jones is gonna get hers in the paint.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, if they come down, bring the ball down the floor, feed the post, let the post feed it back out, they're going to be hard to beat because they got, like you said, a complete team. They got the 5 starters. All of them are good shooters.
Yeah, but Collier's going to have to do it all for Minnesota. Well, they got a pretty good team, but she got to do everything. Her been doing everything.
Her and McBride is going to have to. They're going to have to couple for damn near 65 points for them to stand a chance to win this title.
Yeah.
Because actually, they're the only two that's really doing any scoring for them the whole season. Really.
Yeah.
So in the playoffs, everything is condensed, so I would say they're going to have to score anywhere from 28 to 33 to 34 points apiece for them to stand a chance to win.
So. Okay, well, we'll find out Wednesday when they play.
We will see Wednesday. Yep.
Now, the Cowboys has always been in the news, especially all during the season, but and specifically because they just got smashed at home by Detroit. But this has been a real different situation while they're in the news. Of course, it's due to the owner, Jerry Jones, but it was a journalistic incident that occurred on 105.3 The Fan during a recent interview where Jerry Jones, he made headlines when he expressed frustration with the media questioning some of his offseason moves. He appeared to get irritated by questions about head coach Mike McCarthy's job security after a very slow start. And there were some comments that were made, and when the tension boiled and he threatened to interview his job, I said, quote, "I run this thing. Be careful because you're going to want to be here next year." And the comment raised eyebrows, with many interpreted as a veiled threat towards the journalist.
That's the only way you can look at it.
Yeah.
He threatened the man's job. That's the only way you can look at that.
Now, Jones later tried to play it off as a joke, but the exchange highlighted the growing pressure within the Cowboys organization after some disappointing performances. What's your thoughts?
Getting back to this threat, he can play it off all he wants. He threatened the man's job. And we know he carries a lot of power in the NFL. We know Jerry Jones carries a lot of power because, he tried to get what's the name fired back in the day. The commissioner. Remember that?
Yeah.
So don't try to play it off. You done got caught with your hand in the cookie jar pump. So don't try to get out from it by talking about it was a joke. It wasn't no joke. Your team got beat 47-9. What kind of excuse can you come up with that's gonna cover that up? He was pissed off because the guy called him out, and he gonna threaten the guy. You don't do that. You try to come in and be humble and say, "Hey, we are just not that good." Why couldn't he say that instead of telling the man, "We'll get somebody in here that will be able to answer questions." In other words, answer the question I want to answer. See, you don't. Like he always said, the buck stopped with him. Okay, so I'm asking you the question, and I ain't gonna ask you your coach's job. I'm gonna ask you what you gonna do to clear this up. What you gonna do to straighten this out? Then you gonna get on your high horse and threaten the man's job. Well, that's just out and out silly.
Yeah. Well,
And your team,
go ahead.
and your team just got beat 47-9.
Yeah. The person who irritated Jones during the interview was one of the hosts from the Shan and RJ show on 105.3 The Fan. And the specific question that provoked Jones' anger involved criticism of his off-season roster decisions, like not picking up the Ravens running back.
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry. And the poor performance after the loss to the Detroit Lions. Now, while the host was attempting to hold Jones accountable, Jones grew defensive, leading to his outburst while he threatened to replace the host if they kept pushing him.
Yeah, don't ask me no question like that, boy. The bus stop here. You don't ask me no question like that. I'm the man. You don't ask me nothing like that. But see, I'm thinking, okay, everybody talking about why don't he get Derrick Henry? Why ain't Derrick Henry, talk to? Derrick Henry and his camp said they didn't even reach out to him. Didn't even try to talk to him.
And he works out in Dallas.
Yeah, he's got. I think he's got
from that area.
Yeah, and the way everybody's talking, I think Baltimore got him with incentives and everything will run up to $11 million a year. They could have got him with incentives run up to like $8 million a year because there's no state tax there and all that's free money. So you got to pay tax on all that money in Baltimore.
And all the endorsements that he would have got, let alone and the freebies just playing for Dallas.
And you don't even talk to the man. You don't even reach out and try to get in touch with him. His agent and him said, nobody called us. For $8 million, man. To get Derrick Henry, I think I'd have went straight up. I think I'd have went $12 million. Straight up. No, I ain't talking about no incentive. Straight up $12 million a year for 2 years. $12 million a year for 2 years. I'd have did that to get him. Because now you see what he's doing in Baltimore, man, it would have been worth it.
And they got and he's a part of a dual running threat with their quarterback.
Him and Jackson got damn near 1,200 yards already in 5 games.
Yeah.
See?
And what that tell you about football? Any given Sunday, things are happening, but in the beginning of the season, everybody was having issues, and now they're rolling. They're being consistent. They got a flow going. So it's finna get interesting.
Yeah. Everybody was worried about, but they done lost 2 in a row. All this and that. Now they done come back and won 4 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's just like you say though. On any given day, anybody can get their butt beat.
Any. Don't let
Any
nobody get injured or nicked up.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah.
but uh oh man, I don't know. Jerry Jones, he need to get out in front of the camera and stay off the radio. That's
He
what he
been
needs to
doing
do.
it for damn near 30 years.
Well, what have they won since 94, 95? Nothing.
Well, he's like Jesse Jackson, keeping hope alive.
What? He's doing that. But see, the thing of it is, now this is just my opinion, Steve.
Okay.
I don't think Jerry Jones give a damn about winning no Super Bowl. Jerry Jones, bottom line, is gonna look the same whether he win a Super Bowl or get in the playoff, win enough to get in the playoff or win a Super Bowl. Jerry Jones is worried about that bottom line. Now he gonna be worth another $100 million no matter what or more when the season is over. So he's worth now supposedly $11 billion. At the end of this year, he's gonna be worth 12 or 12.5 billion. So that's all Jerry Jones is concerned about for the way I look at it.
And you know what? You're not the only one who states that. But I'm thinking before we get to the next segment, I know he's thinking about money being the bottom line, but you know the rule. In order to make money, you got to spend money.
Well,
So knowing that Henry was available and
and
you couldn't get him with a
for
big
peanuts,
check.
for peanuts, he could have got him for peanuts. Steve, come on, man.
Yeah.
You ain't got to ask nobody about the man's resume. It's out there
He's
to
worth
see.
it.
You're damn right. Just like I said, if been me, I'd have went 12 million straight up. 12 million this year and 12 million. Gonna sign you for 2 years, 12 million each year. Let's go play football. That's just
And
me.
he's and to re-sign Ezekiel Elliott, who he felt was a has-been, to let him go. That's
Man, see, he paying
and let go
Elliott.
of Pollard because he left and went to the Titans. He
He went
left.
to he went to the Titans. Yeah, yeah. Didn't want to pay him. Didn't want to pay him. So hey, it is what it is. And as far as I'm concerned, Dallas is through because they next 5 games before they go on bye, they might win 2 of them, maybe on that
Well, it
given
don't
day,
get no
maybe.
easier. It don't
Hell
get
no,
no
it ain't getting
easier.
no
And their defense is nicked up too.
man, please. As far as I'm concerned, Dallas is done. If that, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I might be putting my foot in my mouth again, but I'm gonna say Dallas is gonna go 8-9. That's gonna be their record, 8-9.
You might be giving them some grace with that.
Well, yeah,
Because they starting playing in their division. Washington ain't no joke. Philly's always been around, and if they do get some wins, if they get them, they'll be against the Giants 2 times.
yeah,
But it's going to be tough against Washington and Philly. Those are 4 games right there.
yeah.
And then the Giants, you never know. You just never know. They might win 2. They might go 1-1. So it ain't going to be easy in that division, Pops.
Well, the first, who was it? The 49ers and who is the Eagles they play the next 2 games?
I believe so.
Yeah, but them losses. I'm gonna tell you right now, them are losses. Period.
And those are big games. Big
Damn
games.
right they are. Damn right they are. So as far as I'm concerned, like I say, I might be putting my foot in my mouth, but I'm saying they're done. Cool.
Well, we'll sure be around talking about it. And speaking of being nicked and abused, the Buffalo Bills played the Jets last night. Aaron Rodgers' performance was it was pretty decent, but it was a tough game. He completed 22 of 33 passes for 285 yards and 2 touchdowns, but it included a Hail Mary pass, which was a throw up. And, he also threw that critical interception at the end of the game, which sealed the
Yeah,
victory for the Bills 23-20.
yeah,
And we always talking about offensive lines, but they struggled,
yeah.
for
They
Aaron
definitely
Rodgers
did.
because he got banged up.
Man, they
He
was putting up. They treated him like a stepchild.
Yeah,
The defense for Buffalo, they treated Aaron like a stepchild. They put a beat down on him, and the offensive line was getting beat. Man, they looked terrible.
yeah,
They was getting beat something terrible, and uh, by to me by them getting Adams,
that's right.
I don't think it's gonna change too much because if that offensive line is not blocking and protecting Rodgers, it doesn't matter who they have out there
Yeah,
because he's not going to be able to get the ball off with a stern, back, solid backbone to throw the ball because they're going to be in his face. And
yeah,
I don't care who you got out there trying to catch it, it's not going to work.
yeah.
But
And he showed some signs of brilliance throughout the season and even in the game yesterday.
yeah,
But his performance has pretty much been inconsistent due to his injuries and the lack of protection. And at 40 years old, questions are growing about whether he can consistently deliver at an elite level, especially at the end of games. You see how
well,
low that throw was to cause that interception? It
yeah,
was not a good throw.
he threw it off his back foot. He wasn't set for one thing. He
Because
couldn't
that
get
defense was
because
on his
he
ass.
couldn't get set because they was in his butt. They was in his face.
Yeah.
You know, everybody talking about Brady played till he was 43. Brady had a team, offensive line that protect him when he went to Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
He was sacked a few times, but not like my boys getting sacked.
Yeah.
Not like Aaron is getting sacked. So
Do you feel that Rodgers is a consistent quarterback? Especially at this age, can he be a consistent pocket quarterback? Because that's what he ain't as mobile as he used to be.
but if he's given time, he'll eat your ass up. If he's given time with the receivers he got there now before Adams get there, if they give him time, he's a bad man, as Stephen A. Smith said. He's a bad
Yeah,
man if you give him time. But they know this, so the defense know that if they give him time, he gonna eat them up. So they ain't giving him time, and the offensive line ain't helping either.
yeah,
But he could be consistent if he's given time. Man, in the throw of the ball, I don't see nobody throw it no better than him. And if he's given time, he'll smoke it. He'll definitely smoke it.
yeah. Well,
Last
we'll get it. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say last night it was a lot of up and down the field, missed field goals, and on both, on the Jet side. And because if they'd have made the field goals, they'd have won the game because they
Yeah,
missed two. It'd have
yeah,
been 26-23.
yeah,
So I want to see how they're going to beef up this offensive line, see what they're going to do about that. Because I think that was the main reason they got beat last night, is the offensive line wasn't protected.
Can't you say that about most teams in the NFL?
But
If the
yeah, now,
offensive line would be a little bit more better, damn, we'd have win more games.
yeah, and on some teams, if the defense, Cowboys, if the defense played better, they had some bricks in their pocket, they
They've
could
been
do a
hurt.
little better.
They hurt Micah, the linebacker. He didn't play yesterday, did he?
Michael,
For the Cowboys?
Michael,
Yeah.
no, he didn't play. Or the other linebacker, either one didn't play.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah. And defensive lineman didn't play either. What's his name? Lawrence?
Yeah. That's why that's why they was eating them up.
Yeah, man.
That
And
middle was wide open.
Detroit was running that ball like there wasn't nobody over there.
Yeah.
There wasn't nobody. There wasn't no defense over there. That way they was running the ball, man. Shit.
So Friday, Street Dog Nation, we'll get a better update on the situation with the Jets and the Devontae Adams situation. We're gonna get a better update on how that's gonna go. But that would be a big boost.
Well, all he got to do is pass his physical, and it's done. He in New York now.
Yeah.
He in the Jets facility now. All he got to do is pass his physical, and it's done. It's a done deal.
All right. So, we'll get a better update on what's going on with the WNBA finals after Wednesday's game. Somebody's going to be up 2-1. Pops believe it's going to be Minnesota, but we shall see because overall the Liberty seems to me have been dominating the paint more lately, and Collier's just been overworked.
Well, the thing of it is, the Liberty's been dominating ever since the first game of the season.
Yeah.
They come out smoking. They came out first game. They come out smoking all year. They were smoking all year. So they're not doing something new. They're continuing their quest to win the championship. Yeah.
So, Street Dog Nation, we're going to have an update on the WNBA finals. We'll also have an update on what's going on with the Jets, as well as the top games in both college and the NFL. We got probably might have some news on what's going on in the NBA. There's some stuff going on with that because the NBA season is starting. And also baseball, that's coming down to a close. We got the division series finals on that. So we got some exciting stuff. This is an exciting time of the year. It's a scary time too, considering Halloween's coming.
Yeah, but for a whole lot of folks. Yeah, and my man Cooper went to
Buffalo.
So that I'm glad he's out of Cleveland because Cleveland ain't going nowhere, and maybe he can get out there and help Allen out in Buffalo.
So Street Dog Nation, we'll give you an update on that too.
All right, we'll be on it, my man.
All right, until then, we take things one bite, one bone at a time. Stay blessed, and we'll see you on Friday.
May God bless you and keep you. Have a great evening.
And this concludes the segment of Howlin' with the Big Dawg.